Let's go. Brian Flores signs an extension with the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, some people didn't see coming. Some people, like Trevor here, he was a big optimistic man for it. This is obviously some huge news, and there is a little bit of logistics and kind of read between the lines here because he can still accept a head coaching job somewhere. And obviously the main spot would be Pittsburgh. He's had a second interview there. And I'll get to a couple other things with Pittsburgh. But Brian Flores signs extension. He is in Minnesota. We don't know how many years it is. I haven't seen really at all here.
My guess is
literally just came out
probably
like a minute ago.
I'm sure it's here. Well, actually, he's in a weird spot because I was going to say typically it's like a 3 or 4 year extension, but he also wants to be a coach soon, so maybe it's only like I feel like it's going to be a 2-year deal where it's he's got some safety, but I mean he's so good as is that he really doesn't need the years because he should be a head coach easily by now. It's the whole lawsuit thing, which is probably probably 90% of the reason he's not. Actually, yeah. Now I'm torn. If it's like, cause initially I'm like, there's got to be 3 or 4 years, but would he really sign for that long?
I mean, he's got to have a head coaching job again in a couple of years or something.
And not that you couldn't become a head coach, obviously, but I think the Vikings, if they really wanted to like really handcuff him, you could block interviews, right? But I don't think the Vikings would be the ones to do that for him. But it'll be interesting seeing how many. I'm sure he's gonna be the highest paid coordinator if he isn't a head coach.
100%. And again, no money aspect we've seen yet, or we haven't seen anything to do with the logistics for money wise. But either way, we're getting a raw reaction. Like, actually, like, fun fact, people, we were about to record an episode talking about like the title of the episode was going to be Flores staying ? And we were literally about to record. I was about to click the button to record this episode, and then I checked my phone one last time, and I signed an extension here. So we had to switch things up here. And I have like a whole list of like reasons why he could be staying, and I'll kind of briefly go over it quick. But first, before we do any of that, got to mention our sponsor. Our sponsors, Kitchen Wise, Closet Wise. Okay. Family owned and operated business, proudly serving the Twin Cities and surrounding areas. If you're ready to truly maximize your space, they're the team to know. They specialize in creating custom solutions designed around how you actually live, from kitchens and closet to pantries, garages, and more. They transform underused or cluttered spaces into something both beautiful and highly functional. What sets Kitchen Wise and Closet Wise apart is their focus on small layouts, quality materials, and custom designs that make the most of every inch. If you want storage spaces that work harder for you, Kitchen Wise and Closet Wise will make it happen. Call or go to the website to get someone out for a free consultation. Thank you, Kitchen Wise, Closet Wise, for sponsoring this video. And everyone go check them out. They're great. And then another little announcement. People were drawing for these 2 tickets we're giving away. Montreal Canadiens and Wild game on February 2nd. Have a ton of submissions for that. Like I said, drawing on the 26th in 5 days. Yeah, a lot of fun stuff going on. And we also have some way bigger news. Some big announcement we'll be doing in the next couple days. Not right now, but we'll stay on the edge of your seats. We got a big announcement coming. Back to Flores a little bit more. So we obviously mentioned he had a second interview with Pittsburgh, which when we saw that, we said, okay, so this could be it. We were preparing ourselves a little bit because this is honestly well due for Flores, 100%. The thing that I was going to say today when we didn't know he signed an extension yet, today the Steelers interviewed Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy was in for an interview in Pittsburgh today, Wednesday, the 21st. And so the Steelers have really, I mean, obviously Tomlin being a defensive coach for 20 years for the Steelers there, they've lacked offensive production ever since Ben Roethlisberger retired. And I think McCarthy would bring in a great offensive presence. And I think he's going to get the job there. Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's not even me being like optimistic, bias type. I genuinely think the Steelers have been like starved for an offensive game ever since Roethlisberger. What year did Roethlisberger retire? Was that 2021?
Well, no, yeah,
I think it was.
no, I feel like it's a little bit more than that, like longer, like 10 more. But no, I think back to your point, I think you're on the right track. I mean, they've had a good defense too.
Yeah.
I can't think of who their coordinator is on defense, but that could easily change too, and likely will. But overall, they've had like a good defense and defensive players and all that. So yeah, I think you would lean offensive guy.
I think you have to with like, I mean, the postseason like failures they've had in the past decade have been very rough for Pittsburgh fans. Either way, we think definitely they're going to go offensively. I think it would be the good move for them. And McCarthy, in his like last year with Dallas, the Dak got injured, but the year before that in 2023, they averaged the most points in the league. They were dominating everyone. He led Dallas to like a 12-5 record, 12-4, whatever, how many games there were that season. But either way, Mike McCarthy still has it in him. He just needs his quarterback. And I think he can make good things happen there in Pittsburgh because, like Trevor said, they still have a good defense. And I feel like if they did go Flores, it would be kind of like the same. It would just be the same kind of routine as Tomlin. It wouldn't be a bad hire by any means. I mean, Flores deserves a head coaching job.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's Steelers fans. It would just
but then to counter our argument, weird say, is then you could argue it'd make more sense to hire Flores because he's got McCown.
Yeah.
Or if you really want to go under the weeds, not really to us Minnesota fans, but national fans. Yep. Nobody really probably will know the dude, receiver coach for us, Keenan McCardell.
Yeah. Two good options that you could bring in for OC in Pittsburgh.
So we'll see. And I just remember too, I don't know, and maybe you're gonna eventually get to this, but we've been so caught up with the second interview with Flores' second interview with the Steelers. I also forgot that he's in the role or in the running with Baltimore as well.
Well, actually, no. So I was going to get to that. Baltimore, they named their 3 finalists. I was going to get to that.
Okay.
The 3 finalists being Jesse Minter, Anthony Weaver, and Joe Brady. I think Joe Brady might be the runaway there, the offensive coordinator of the Bills, but
I
also
didn't know.
a good one.
Sorry, what was the last part you said?
I also think Jesse Minter could be good in Baltimore.
Well, isn't Weaver their current, was their DC?
Well, I think so. I'm not actually sure. So I'm not familiar with Weaver, but it would be like an inside hire. But those are they've named their 3 finalists. So
that's interesting. But if Weaver is a finalist, I almost feel like you keep that internal.
Yeah. If they feel confident in it.
So that's good news for us. I didn't realize so. Okay, so
this is because again, we were gonna say the whole episode we were gonna do is Flores staying because I saw they finals. So I'm like, it's just, and then McCarthy interview in Pittsburgh, it kind of just had the trains going, and either way, a couple other coaching things. Old friend Grant Udinsky, he was our
quarterbacks, yeah,
okay.
So, yep.
So he's like one of the top guys in Buffalo's search right now and the Browns. So I think he'd do great in a job. He was great for the Jags offensive coordinator this year. But Grant Udinsky, round of applause. Good job. You're finding yourself a big
and he's
job.
Extremely young too.
Yeah, I think he's 30.
Young.
He's 30.
Yeah.
He would be the youngest coach
in a good way.
Pretty obviously. Sure. Youngest head coach in NFL history, I think.
Yeah, because McVay.
Yeah.
When he was hired was 30, what, 34?
Yeah, 30. There we go. 34. Yeah, but for Flores, going back to what Trevor says about the lawsuit thing, there was many teams coaching portal type thing has been kind of crazy. I haven't seen this many open jobs. Sean McDermott, John Harbaugh, very unexpected. Maybe not very, but unexpected firing. So there's been a lot of jobs available. Yeah. Teams, Cardinals, the Browns, and a couple others like the Tennessee Titans, Miami, obviously Miami, there's a rough patch with Flores there and Tua in the past.
Well,
But
Titans got Salah, but yeah.
no, I know, but I'm saying all these teams didn't even like request an interview from Flores.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which that surprises me. Like the Giants didn't and Atlanta didn't. Obviously,
I think
Atlanta is Stefanski, but
I think half of it is 100% surprising considering what he's done rapidly or how rapidly our defenses became what it is compared to the Ed Donashell defense. But then the other half is the lawsuit thing, which is the not surprising part. But yeah, it's weird. We'll take it.
We will.
Less teams, better for us.
We'll probably wrap this up pretty quick. But I have to say again, like he still can accept a head coaching offer if he wanted to. Again, we don't know how much money he's getting paid here. He would get paid a lot more to be a head coach.
Yeah.
Obviously. But he still can accept an offer if Pittsburgh is the only team now that we have to really worry about. So Mike McCarthy, I hope you nailed the interview today. But
is the only one, and I know we very briefly spoke about it. Back to the Bills, they're not on their second interviews yet, are they?
No,
like
they've interviewed 6 guys. If I go back into my search history,
just because I gotta believe Flores would be like Josh Allen in one of the best teams already. Like,
very true.
I feel like that'd be weird. Like, why not interview him unless it's because of the lawsuit?
Well, actually, so yeah, the Bills, like, was that 2 days ago they fired McDermott? Like, it's pretty raw. It's pretty new.
Well, the game was Sunday.
Okay, so yeah, 2 or 3 days
ago. Sunday, yeah. But yeah.
Either way, so they've only completed one interview, and it was the first interview they requested for, and it's Joe Brady, but that's internal. He was their offensive coordinator, which that makes a lot of sense, and he could pretty. But the other ones they have requested: Grant Udinski, Anthony Weaver, and by the way, Anthony Weaver was the Dolphins' defensive coordinator, not the Ravens.
Oh, okay.
But Anthony Lynn and Brian Dable. Brian Dable, I mean, carried the Giants to the playoffs one year with Daniel Jones. So,
gosh, Anthony Lynn, kind of forgot about him.
Yep, he was the Commanders' run game coordinator this year. Either way, Trevor does make a good point with the Bills. I think any defensive coordinator that runs such a tight knit system like that and sees one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Okay. Got to consider this.
Wait, so the Bills aren't even going for Dable, are they?
Well, no, they requested an interview. Like, they've only had one interview, and it was Joe Brady. So they'll probably have some more. Yeah.
I gotta believe it's weird though, because McDermott was a defensive coach, right? I'm not losing my mind.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
So it'd be weird to go defense to another defensive guy. You could make
that's kind of the same thing with like Tomlin and Flores. Like, it's just kind of the same thing.
True, but my point being, I feel like it'd make more sense. Hire your defensive coach, a guy that can build that defense. Josh Allen doesn't need any more development, or I mean, you already know what you got in him.
Yeah,
let him run the offense. Just give him a decent coordinator, and gosh, I can't even imagine Josh Allen in that Buffalo Bills Brian Flores defense.
Man, they would win a Super Bowl. You don't even need weapons. Like the Vikings without Flores this year wins 4 games. They really do. But if Bills, all they would need to do with Josh Allen is score 23 points, and they're going to win 12 games. And the Bills offense shows they'll score more than that almost every game. So yeah, that's like next level right there. I'm just trying to see if there's not going to be any money coming out. Like, it'll probably come out in a few hours or something, or maybe after, like, he doesn't, maybe they'll hold it.
I was going to say, we might not know until the Pittsburgh Steelers decision.
Yeah. Either way, I think keep going.
One last thing.
Yep.
I think you look at whatever Vic Fangio's getting, just expect slightly a tad more. If he
is getting, I think I did this in one of the Blueprint episodes.
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah,
Fangio is making 4.5. I think you can expect Flo to get $5 million, probably flat.
That or even 5.5.
Yeah, anything above that for sure. Yeah. I was trying to see. So yeah, okay. Anthony. Okay, I should say this. Anthony Weaver also completed a second interview with Pittsburgh. Forgot to mention that. So Anthony Weaver's getting. He completed a second interview. Obviously, the Dolphins defensive coordinator. Just something to note there. But 2 defensive guys getting 2 interviews for the Steelers. Mike McCarthy just creeping on in the shadows. Either way, I think that's good. Everyone, B-FLO is back for right now. But what a night. That's all I gotta say.
Literally seconds before we were gonna do our normal podcast. And
it's funny too, is because we probably would have recorded the whole thing, and then we would have checked our phone right after and seen Brian Flores retained by the Vikings, and we're like, "You got it."
Well, I will say I would have broke it to you because I record on my phone, and so like it would have I saw it as we were recording this because my notification went through probably like a couple minutes after we started. But so I would have broke it, which would have been a fun little twist. Completely catch you off the radar. Well, it would have caught me off the radar, but then I know it's coming.
I mean, you saw how off the radar I was when I saw it. I'm like, wait, we gotta change the title now. But yeah, that would have been crazy. Either way, again, everyone go get those tickets. We're giving away 2 to the Wild game on February 2nd. Go to Instagram to figure out how to enter for that. Thanks, Kitchen Wise.
One last thing about the Wild game, or not even Wild game, but it just sucks. I just saw. Did you see the Brodeen update?
Yeah, Brodeen's been shut down.
Feel really bad for him because he's gonna miss the Olympics, but we'll wrap it up here.
Yep. Thanks, Kitchen Wise, Closet Wise, and everyone. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's Gophers news. We got some big news coming in the next few days.
Elite news is what he meant to say.
True. Elite news. Either way, everyone go follow socials, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow.